and welcome back to my YouTube channel.
1, 2, 3, funk it.
My darling, I love you, 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 I love you.
So please ignore the state of me right now, but in today's video I am just going to be doing a chatty get ready with me and answering some of your juicy assumptions. Before I actually get into the video, I just wanted to say like a massive huge thank you. Like, oh my god, that actually made my day. Like, literally actually made my day. So anyway, let's just jump straight into the video. So what I'm going to do is do my makeup routine, tell you what products I'm using, and answer the questions at the same time, because I mean, we all know how to apply foundation, don't we? So yeah, let's just jump straight into it. Okay, so the first product I am actually using is going to be a moisturizer on my face. So I love to moisturize before I put on any foundation and stuff. So I'm using the Egyptian Magic all-purpose skin cream. The next thing that I'm also going to use before I start my actual makeup routine is a lip scrub one. So it's Lolly's homemade lip scrubs. I just put a little bit on, and yeah. So while I do this, I'm going to answer one of the first questions. Oh, look how good this is. I got strawberry flavour. I just eat it off instead of using it. So let's start light. So one of the first questions is not so juicy, but what made you decide to start YouTube? Thank you so much for asking me the question, by the way. Love this question. Oh.
You literally put it on and linked it off straight away.
Okay, so the reason why I actually started YouTube was I am literally the biggest YouTube Grwm. Like, I don't even care. I absolutely love it. And by the way, while I'm answering this question, I'm just going to be using the iconic Prep Set and Glow setting prep spray for my face. I decided to, by the way, I am now using the Too Faced Dew You Fresh Glow Luminous Face Primer all over my face. So then I basically, in lockdown, I basically decided, right, what do I love watching the most? And I was like, YouTube. And the thing is, for me as well, I don't know about anybody else, but when I feel anxious, I feel like watching a TV drama series or something really fake makes me feel worse. I don't know why, but watching YouTube, I feel like I'm chatting to someone or being someone's friend. And like, I know it sounds so stupid, but I thought, imagine if I could do that for someone else. Like, someone else was having a pooey day and they just watched my video and they were like, oh my god, like, oh, I feel better now. Like, that's just made me feel like, oh, do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's kind of the main reason why I started YouTube. And also because I just enjoy it so much. Love being able to just chat to someone. Like, if you know me, I'm literally the chattiest person of your life. I literally don't care what it is, but I just chat to everybody. So I feel like, wow, I could chat to myself, can't I? Just literally chatting to the phone. So chatting to the camera, so you know. So now I'm going to also be applying my foundation. So I am actually using the Rimmel Lasting Radiance one, so the same one I always use if you've seen my previous videos. Okay, so let's just jump straight into the juicy. So one of them is the worst date you've ever had. For me, I think the worst date I've ever had, like, to be honest, I haven't actually had like that many like dates, and they haven't really been that bad. My first dates was with this boy. We went to the Jungle Rumble in Cabot Circus, and I was a bit like, for me that was just cringe. We went at night time, and I can't remember how old I was, maybe like 18, and we and as soon as I got there, he was just like, want a beer? And I hate beer, and I was like, brr, and there was nothing else, and he was like, go on, just have one, or just have one. And I was a little bit like, I don't want one. Like, and I just got one, but I was literally like, ew, get away from me. Like, I hate this. Like, I literally hate drinking, and I just felt so pressured because I wanted him to like me and I wanted to be cool. So I had this stupid beer, and we played Jungle Rumble, and it was like kind of cute. Like, it was okay. We were like chatting. It was absolutely freezing. Like, it was so cold. I don't know if you've ever been, but like, it was at night time and it was like winter, so it wasn't even like hot as well. So it was like proper cold. And yeah, so, and then afterwards he was like, oh, what should we do now? And it was like really awkward. Like, we were like, I don't know. And then he was like, oh, let's go like for some cocktails like Turtle Bay. And I was like, yeah, okay, like I don't mind drinking in that situation, not when I'm like sat there playing crazy golf, like that's not for me. But for cocktails I was like, yeah, that's fine. So we walked to the centre and it was like, okay, we were chatting, but that was way too much. We were like chatting, and then he was like, we got there, had a cocktail, and it was quite nice. We were like chatting away, and like we had one cocktail thinking like, oh, the night's young, like we could have a few cocktails, maybe get some like snacks, like this is more up my street. Because if you know Jungle Rumble as well, it lasts like literally like 3.2 minutes, like you literally run around it in like seconds. So obviously then I was like, yay, brilliant, like this is great. And we had one cocktail and he was like, oh, gotta go now. I was like, oh, okay, like where are you going? He was like, oh, to a party. I was like, oh right, okay. Yeah, so then that was it. The end of the date. He went home because he had a party to go to, and I was like, oh, stay. Like I was like, oh, come on, like have another one. He was like, no, like I gotta go now because I don't want to be late for the party, like it's this really good party. And I thought like, what? Like surely you wouldn't come to a date and then be like, gotta go, got a party to go to. Like I wouldn't make any plans, especially if like you booked a date in the evening, like, and then that was it. I got the bus home on my own. So to be honest, like it's not the worst date in the world. So I'm going to be using the Rimmel London Lasting Matte Concealer. It's a soft matte concealer, full coverage, and this is in the 005 porcelain colour. It's just this one here. I'm just going to put that underneath my eyes. So while I do this as well, I'm just going to answer the next question. So the next question on along the same lines is best date you've ever had. Okay, so the best date that I have literally ever had would probably be, so it was with my boyfriend now, so it wasn't like a first date or anything, but we went to London. Like it was like our first ever trip away, like first ever, like we've never been away together. And like I get really like anxious really easy, so I was like proper nervous, like didn't really say to him at all, like I didn't say, like, because I get really anxious like staying away. Like I'm not so bad now. Did the classic like bit of sightseeing, like went to Buckingham Palace, seen the changing of the guard, then went to Harrods, and we were just like looking at all the stuff in the future when we're millionaires that we buy. We went back to our hotel and it was like 45 minutes away. We were so nervous, like never stayed in a hotel before. Like I think it was the first ever time I've stayed, no, it was like the second time I've ever stayed in London, but it was the first time I've ever booked anything, like we've booked anything ourselves. So I was so nervous, and then we got there and it was literally the nicest hotel. It was literally right on the river, like you can go on a boat across the River Thames. Like it was so nice, like not even joking. So yeah, and then on the night time we just had like no idea what to do, like no idea. And he was like, let's do something good, let's go for drinks. And I was like, oh okay, like yeah, like really nervous. He was like, let's go for food, but obviously like I didn't want to eat, so I was like no. And we just got room service, which was like right on the street, didn't pressure me at anything, which made me feel so comfortable. And then we went to and then I texted my friend Corey, like, where should we go in London, because his boyfriend at the time lived in London, and he was like, go to the Sky Garden, like it would be so good. So we went to the Sky Garden, and I remember I was so nervous, like I felt sick, like I just couldn't do it. And I remember I was outside of the Sky Garden with my boyfriend, and he was like, don't worry, like you can do this. And like he proper, like I was like almost crying. Like we went in and it was the most amazing experience of my life. Like, oh, that was just like the best experience like ever. I remember we were so like, oh, it was just so good. It was like literally so good. Okay, so the next step that I also like to do is after putting on my concealer and my foundation, I like to use the iconic Iconic London illuminating drops and just put them in the areas that I like highlighted. Yes, I do go too much. Yes, I look like a disco ball. You can take the mick out of me, I don't care, but I absolutely love it. So as long as I love it, I don't really care. So the next question while I do this is actually celebrity crush, male and female. Let's start with female. So my female crush is actually Sarah Paulson. Oh, that was way too much. I absolutely love her. Like anything she's in, I love it. God, I'm sorry, but look at that. Like literally love Sarah Paulson so much. I think she is the most talented actor, and I literally think she's so fit. I just absolutely love everything about her, apart from that dance thing that she does when she's like
No, you don't. You never know, I might though. Can't say I'll...
not the one, babe, not the one. Also my female my male celebrity crush, everybody is literally gonna hate me because I'm such a fat Grwm, like, oh my god, I hate myself, is Edward from Twilight. I don't even care. Like, I don't fancy any other men. Like, I do fancy Leonardo DiCaprio, but now he's like an old man. Like, I don't really like, I don't think he's aged like fine wine, to be honest. But Edward from Twilight, oh my god, I love you. I literally sit with my window open every night waiting for him to come and bite me. No, I'm joking. But I do literally absolutely love him. So the next product I'm going to be using is powder, and I'm just going to be using, you know, the Stay Matte standard one in 001 transparent, and I'm just going to put this all over my face. So next I'm doing my eyebrows, and I'm actually using the Brow Goals Ash Brown Makeup Obsession. Okay, so next I'm going to be doing like the little fake hairs on my brows, and I'm going to be using the Too Faced Chocolate Chip Eyeshadow Palette with literally the tiniest, thinnest brush from one of my eyebrow palettes. What is your most embarrassing / funny night out story? Okay, so I literally have loads of these. I feel like I could do like a massive fat video on them. One of my most funniest, like, oh my god moments. So we went out with my old work, so we went out as a night out, and we went up Park Street. And at the time I didn't really have that much money, so I went into H&M and bought myself some like really nice like snake skin trousers. Bought these trousers and I thought, oh, I'll keep the tag in them, like we're not going anywhere extravagant, like we're just literally going up Park Street, like a few cocktails, like it'll be fine, I'll return them the next day. So we're obviously having a wild night out, like literally I'll probably insert some videos here, like I hope people and like it then gets a little bit wild. Yeah, drinks have been flowing, like drinks have really been flowing. Just as well, before I do continue, I'm going to be using the Lasting Radiance Concealer, the orange one, in 010 Ivory, and I just put it on the back of my hand, basically just like that, and then also get this flat Urban Decay brush and just like eyeshadow brush and like scoop along my eyebrows just to make them a lot more neater and just like shorten the ends and stuff. So yeah, so we went to Agora's, like a big massive fat group, like literally, like oh my god, and we're like boogieing the night away, like I'm literally loving my life, like dancing, and then we are literally, as we are literally dancing, I'm like thinking I'm all sexy, doing like a bend over like thing, like like literally having a big fat boogie, and then my trousers literally go all up my bum. There is some man stood behind me as well, like literally I'm obviously like dancing, didn't really like, I just thought like, oh what's that, like thinking like, oh the seam's like stretched, like oh it's fine. No, my whole entire actual bum crack is out, and lovely for me, I'm on my period. So this bloke, this absolute pedo of a man, decides to shove his hand in my crease of my undone trousers in my bum, and I was like, like literally like, get this man away from me absolutely now. So obviously this is me, we've had a few, I'm crying, love life, like literally bawling my eyes out. And I turned to my friend Sam and I was like, because Sam took his t-shirt off because he was so hot, like not his actual t-shirt, but like he was wearing like a really cool outfit and he had like a top underneath. And I was like, Sam, you need to give me your t-shirt now because my bum's out. And he was like, what? I turned around and literally my whole bum, my pads out, like everything, like literally not loving life. And I tied the t-shirt around my waist and I was so upset and I was like so sad that I was like, I just need to go. So I called my boyfriend, ran all the way down Park Street with my bum flying out, no shoes on because I just wanted to run because I was so embarrassed and like get me out of this situation. But I took my heels off, was literally running, didn't even like say bye to anyone, just literally ran out of the club and then got in the car and then cried the whole way home because I was so embarrassed that everybody's seen my bum hole. Yeah, that's a really good story right there for you. Okay, so the next part of the process is I'm actually going to be doing my bronzer and blusher. So I am using the Flawless Chisel Cheeks contour kit from light to medium brown, the Barry M1. So the next question is, what is your worst horror story? Basically, another night out story. So went out on a night out and we went to Pam Pam's and it was like already like it was just a bit rubbish, like you know when you just think, oh, like we got in there and like it was like what, like 12:30 we got in there and we were like dancing by like the VIP bit, and if you know Pam Pam's, like what the hell is it about, like the VIP bit is just like a step off the floor, like it's literally crap. And there was these absolute cocky boys in the VIP bit and like I was with my boyfriend and his friends and like my friends and we were all dancing, and next thing you know they pop a champagne bottle, like foam it all over us, like literally all over us, and it went all in my boyfriend's ear and like literally all down him, and he was like, oh my god, and I was like, no, like no fighting, no arguing. So I was like, let's just go, like I just can't be asked, let's just go, like it was just crap anyway. So we got out of the club, got a taxi and went home. My feet were hurting because I was in heels and I was like, oh, my feet are hurting. So we got out of the taxi and my boyfriend's house, he always says, oh, get out by this bit and we'll just walk the rest, which is fine, but he lives like down a lane, so it's like crappy floor. So obviously he was like, oh, I'll carry you, and went to carry me bridal style, and I was like, get off, like this is just making me cringe, like get off me, because I just am not that kind of person. So he put me down and then was like, oh, I'll just give you a piggyback then instead, and I was like, oh, okay, like that's fine, like piggyback, whatever. So next thing you know, obviously it's just like freak rained, because of course, like that's just like England for you. And he's walking along the lane with me on his back, and next thing you know, he starts slipping on the drain, and he literally starts like going forward with his arms like back out like this, like and I was like on his shoulders, obviously being like, what are you doing? Like all of this, bearing in mind, was in like 20 seconds, not actually like how long I'm explaining it. But yeah, so and then next minute, you know, I'm flying over his shoulders. But the thing is, in my family, we're very clumsy and we fall over a lot. But we do this thing where we just like, we don't put out our hands. We decide to just like, oh my God, what have I just done? We always decide to do this thing where we just go, like straight on our face. So I didn't put out my hands. I am flying over Billy's shoulders, who is like 6 foot, literally onto my face, like straight slap bang. This side of my face smacked to the ground like the first thing. My tooth went through my lip. I scraged on my face because I slid. I am not even joking. It was horrendous. I'm gonna add some photos here. And I literally had an interview like 2 weeks for a new job, 2 weeks before this happened, and it was just literally like, it was not the one. I remember when it first happened, I went, take a photo to my boyfriend, and he was like, you're fine, and I was like, no, I can feel that I'm not. and he took a photo of me. I really want to put it in, but it's like really graphic, like really graphic. And I was like, obviously took a look at this photo. I had like blood pooling in my mouth, like there was blood everywhere. I was crying out, it all crusted down my chin, like flowing down my chin. I was literally in a stress, and obviously that was it. I was just crying, like absolute full-blown crying, like didn't even care. I was literally like So then we went back into his house, and obviously Bill has a first aid kit in his house, and he was like, don't worry, like I'll get the first aid kit out. And I was like so I'm literally cracking up, like full blown. This is like the first ever couple of times, mind, that I've ever been round Billy's house before, like slept round. So for me to come home like this, his parents must have thought, oh my god, get away from me, like what have you brought home? By the way, I'm using the blush now, which is the MAC one, the Kinder Tart Red. I'm not really sure. This one is so old, it's probably gone off, but I love it. So yeah, and then obviously went to sleep, which was the most stupidest thing you could have ever done, because I could have had concussion. Woke up the next day and I was like that, like my whole face was massive. I was literally so stressed, like it was horrendous. I obviously had to like then go downstairs, and they were like, oh no, like obviously really awkward, and I had to FaceTime my mum, and my mum was like, what are you doing? Like she was so mad. She was like, why are you doing that? And I was like, I'm so sorry. And she was so stressed because she thought I broke my cheekbone, and she was so worried. So she was like, you're gonna have to go to A&E. So we went to A&E, and yeah, went to A&E, and they were basically like, I can't even remember what they said. I think they said like they wouldn't even be able to tell, like I had an X-ray and stuff, but they were like, we wouldn't even be able to tell if it was broken or not, like because it's your cheekbone. I think they said it could have been fractured, but I can't really remember, to be honest now. But they just said like obviously let the swelling go down. So yeah, and then that was it basically. I'm so sorry, I just dropped my camera, so I'm really sorry if the angle was wrong, but I'm going to be curling my eyelashes with this curler, and then putting on my mascara, and I'm going to be using the Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes mascara from Charlotte Tilbury. So yeah, so the next question is, while I curl my lashes, is what's your current goal / dream? I absolutely love this question. I think one of my most important goals, especially this year, is just to be healthy, happy, and in like a mentally good place. I feel like, especially because of lockdown, things have been so difficult, and mentally being completely not able to go out, not being able to see your friends, or like losing my job, things were so mentally rubbish, if I'm being honest. But now I feel like this year I really want to look forward to positivity, to do things that make me happy, and not worry that people are going to take the mick out of me, like doing this, like do it because I enjoy it, because I find it fun and I think it's really good. And like basically, yeah, just like start to not worry as much as what I used to. One of my dreams would be able to, like my biggest dream that I feel like, oh, that probably won't ever happen, would be to sing I Dreamed a Dream on Les Mis musical. Like imagine like in the West End in London doing that my life. Well, you can kill me off after I've done that, because I would literally, that would just mind blown. But yeah, so that would like be a massive dream. Also another dream would be to have like followers, subscribers on YouTube, and be able to make content that people like message me like, thank you so much, like, hey, like I want to be your friend. Like that would just be amazing. Like I would love to be able to be that kind of person for somebody. Like, oh my god, I would love that so much. Okay, so I just finished up my makeup. So I did my mascara and I just did my lips, because I thought I couldn't answer any questions or chat when I did doing my lipstick. So I actually used the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip lacquer, which is this one here, and also for my lip liner I used the LA Girl lip liner in Natural Cream. But yeah, that is like my everyday makeup. Now I'm just gonna like crack on and do my hair. And I'm just gonna do like my standard like straight with like flicky ends, because I really like that look. Okay, so one of the next questions as well, it was joint with another one, is, let me just check. So what's your biggest fear and how do you think you can overcome it? So one of my biggest fears would probably be spiders, and it is like classic and like everybody else, like, oh my god. But like, I just absolutely can't, like, I physically can't. I remember I was sat in my boyfriend's house like ages ago, and we were all sat in the living room, and I was like, oh, what's that tickle on my foot? Like, haha, like, what is that? Looked down, and it was a spider crawling across my foot. I literally screamed, jumped on the settee in front of absolutely everyone, made an absolute idiot of myself, like panicking over a spider. Like, come on, let's be real, it's literally smaller than me. Like, I don't get why, like, if I was to say to anybody else, but we're scared of spiders, but I physically cried. I try to like overcome it now by just like, usually I go to bed and look at every single corner of my room, like literally shining in a torch, like every night. But now I try and like calm myself down and don't do it as much. Okay, so I have just done my hair as well. I do like to flick it in, but sometimes I like to just like brush it out and just look like cute, kind of like this. And what I'm gonna do is just put in a bit of dry shampoo to like boost up my root. I'm actually using the Bedhead OB Hive matte dry shampoo at the moment, this one. So just literally like now start to lift up my roots, pump in a bit of dry shampoo, and like, oh my god, the volume is like crazy. Look at the root on that. Oh my god, I need my hair done. Boris, open up the hairdressers now, please. Okay, so that is my hair now done too. I'm just gonna like spray some hairspray in my hair just to like make it sure it stays, because we are going on a dog walk. I don't know about anybody else, while I also show you my hairspray is the Hard Head Extra Stronghold hairspray from Bedhead. I usually do use also the Got To Be hairspray. Love that one, literally makes your hair like stick like glue. Oh my god, could you hear that on the candles?
What?
The hairspray.
Flower wine.
Huh?
Flower wine.
What?
Hairspray.
What?
Hairspray flower wine.
Is it? Okay, so that is the end of the video. Oh my god, I feel like I've literally had the biggest glow up. Like, oh my god, I actually looked so scabby at the beginning of the video. I'm so sorry. But that is basically the end of the video. Thank you so much for voting on the poll. Like, literally, it means so much to me. Like, you've literally entertained my day. Like, thank you. I just also want to say like a humongous thank you for everybody who clicks on this video, likes it, subscribes. So yeah, please subscribe and like the video, and comment down below any YouTube videos that you'd like me to film, and just, yeah, let me know how your day's going. I really hope that you're having a great day so far. Keep positive and keep smiling, and my DMs are always open if you ever just want to have a chat. And yeah, feel free to message me if you ever like want to watch a video. Like, it literally makes my day when somebody messages me like, oh yeah, do that video. Like, it blows my mind how people can be so kind. So thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you again next week for another one. Bye.